somber and sad occasion. The family of Brandon lupardus would like to thank all who have taken the time to call, visit, send condolences, prayers, and provide comfort to those grieving in this unspeakable tragedy. As I look across this room, we are grateful to those who are here today in memorial to commemorate Brandon's life. A special thanks to those who could not for many reasons be here, but are here in spirit. All are appreciated, and we are humbled by your presence. To anyone in the preparation for this memorial service, obituary, or eulogy that may have been overlooked or not mentioned, it is certainly not intentional. So much more could be said, but our time today is limited. I will try to keep it to point. For those, again, who may not know me, I'm David Smith. Brandon is my nephew. I am his mother, Kim's brother. I grew up in Ripley, and I'm a graduate of Ripley High School, class of '81. So many with heartfelt and best of intentions say they know how you feel in these times. Most have felt the pain and empty loss of a loved one, but few have had to bear the tragic and senseless sudden loss of a child due to the hands of another. I assure you that I understand completely. For I lost my son, Brandon Smith, age 29, and Lupardus' cousin 9 months ago, in another act of evil at the hands of another stranger. As much as I know how this feels, it pales in comparison to how my sister, Brandon's mother, is grieving. A mother is a special person, and a mother's relationship with her children is a special bond. I know Brandon was thankful in a very special way for her. His brothers, Tony, Davey, and Richard, although you all tormented each other like most siblings, I know he was thankful for your love. To Tony's wife, Becky, and David's fiance, Tiffany, and the role he played in his life, he was thankful. His exes, Haley and Casey, although there were difficulties and hurdles, he loved you deeply, and he was thankful for you. His father, the late Peter Lupardus, and the Lupardus family, for you, he was thankful. His stepfather, David Horn, and the Horn family, for you, he was thankful. His mother's family, the Smiths, for all of you, he was thankful. His friends, classmates, co-workers, and acquaintances, for all of you, he was thankful. Brandon loved sports and hunting, and for all of those great times and memories, he was thankful. last, but without a doubt not least, and certainly the most important to Brandon, was the love he had and from his children, Tristan and Lexi. Your daddy was proud of you, adored you, and you were the light and love of his life. For you and for the two of you, he is most thankful. You've heard me use the words thankful many times already, and you'll hear it a few more. Thankful is what Brandon was when he was in his mid-teens, 14 to 16. Over a summer or two and a few Christmas holiday shopping seasons, Brandon would come down to Florida and work at one of my stores. Incidentally, it was Brandon, Florida. We had stores in major malls, and he would clean stock and wait on customers. He loved to work the sales floor at the register. He was at his best around people. Those big eyes and that big capturing smile. He was strappingly handsome. He looked like me. I worked that boy to the bones. Up at 5 a.m. and not back home until 10 or 11 p.m. 6 and 7 days a week. He did a great job and he never complained to me. I later learned that he was telling other members of the family that I was killing him. He learned quickly, and I knew that he could be successful at anything he put his mind to. He said one night to me, "Uncle David, I know the world doesn't revolve around me, and I need to make my own way." It was unusual to hear a young man say such a thing. He went on to Subway as a part-time employee, assistant manager, and ultimately was their go-to guy as district manager over multiple locations. They saw the same in him, his drive, determination, and work ethic. He was proud of that position and the difference he made and the job he did for them. For that, he was thankful. Brandon was a man's man with a softer side of consideration. He was always willing to lend a helping hand to someone in need. Brandon was not without struggle, and those struggles robbed him of his potential, relationships, and future successes. But for the support, encouragement, advice, and love of his family and friends, Brandon was always thankful. He may not always have said it, but he was truly thankful. And now turning to the cause and the reason we are here today, the evil that resulted in this unexpected tragedy. It was an individual that committed this crime. A gun was used, but the gun did not commit the crime. An individual's actions did. An individual's premeditated choice is responsible for this, not the weapon. If an evil person chooses an ugly path, they will find a way. Shall we ban knives, bows and arrows, ropes? It's not the gun, but the individual's choice to use it. Jim Jones killed 900 people with cyanide and Kool-Aid. Should we ban those too? The founding fathers of this country gave us the Second Amendment, which gave us the right to bear arms. Although there are situations of violence with those individuals choosing to use a gun in an evil manner, the country is a safer country because of the Second Amendment. Adolf Hitler said the easiest way to control a country is to disarm its citizens. May God help any foreign government, militia, or terrorist that attempts any large-scale attack on U.S. soil with ground troops. May the person or persons responsible for this tragedy be brought to justice in the full measure of the law. Lest we remember that the court of this land has little jurisdiction over the court above us. Justice will be done. It is said that someone can die twice. Once when their body ceases to function, and the last time that someone thinks of you or mentions your name. Let us not let Brandon die twice. I know from that he would be thankful. Brandon, for the real person you were, we are thankful. If you want to honor Brandon's life, make positive changes in your own. Reach out to someone in need. Reconcile with a distant friend or family member. Do something good for someone just because, not because you'll get something back or get reimbursed. Pay it forward in life. And remember always that hugs, not drugs, are the better choice. Brandon, what we would have given to see you arrive at the gates of heaven and St. Peter call your name, and that beautiful smile as the gates open. How thankful you must be now. Brandon, my nephew, and the friend of all who gather here today, and those here in spirit who couldn't be with us and cared and loved you. As you were given back to the dust and the Lord from which you came, may you rest in peace, and may the Lord hold you warmly in his arms without time, worry, or pain, and may his breath be the wind beneath your wings as you watch over those left behind until we meet you again on the other side.